What is up everyone, Trevenant is here, and damn, this thing is getting a lot of hype. I mean, for a good reason. It is ranked number 2 on both the Great and Ultra League rankings in PvPoke, and usually that does say something. Is it worthy of that spot though? After doing like 4 sets with it, I'm gonna say yes, but also kinda no, but more about that later. Let's take a look at the team I'm using first. During team building, I already found one problem I have with Trevenant, and that's that it's very difficult to build a solid core around it. No matter what you pair it with, you're always gonna be weak to something common, I found. Paired with Azumarill, which is what I see a lot, and you're gonna get wrecked by all the Drifblim and Skuntank, which are currently on the rise. Also, Lickitung is a big issue for that core. Paired with like Stunfisk or Bastion, you're gonna die to Obstagoon, Scrafty. Paired with Alolan Ninetales, which is also seen suggested you're gonna die to fire, which luckily isn't that common, but also the dark poisons. So yeah, it's quite hard, and I think I've built something quite solid, but it also isn't perfect. I'm running with Skuntank and Vigoroth in the back, mainly to cover for its big weakness to dark types, but also certain ghost types like Sableye. Besides that, both these Pokemon do decent enough versus most fire types and flying types. This whole team is definitely a bit soft to Skarmory, because Skarmory is winning situations against all 3 of them. Trevenant does beat it in the 1 shield though, running Flamethrower and Skuntank, which can hit it really hard, and Vigoroth actually beats Skarmory in the 2 shield, so I definitely have winning scenarios there. Scrafty could be a bit of an issue for this team too, actually, because it just beats the tree, it beats Vigoroth and also kind of beats Skuntank, but with teamwork you can definitely make your way out of there. Overall, I think the team is okay, but you're definitely gonna need some creative moves to get out of certain situations. About IVs, by the way, mine is pretty good, like rank 60, 70-ish, and from what I've seen, you just want as high ranked as possible. There are no major breakpoints to be found. There is one bulk point though, against Azumarill. If you have a high enough defense Trevenant, you can actually take 1 less damage from the bubbles. There's no way to guarantee that bulk point though, because higher attack Azumarills do still do more damage with the bubbles. Definitely do recommend trying to get a higher defense Trevenant though, because it just allows you to clown on some Azumarills even harder, which is really nice. Alright, enough jibber jabber about stats and teams. Let's get into the fun stuff, the battles. Before we do though, if you enjoy this type of video, please consider hitting a like and a subscribe. Helps out their channel. First battle, we have a Sableye Lead, and Trevenant can actually win this. If you get a Seed Bomb bait and then a Shadow Ball, you actually win that matchup. But since I have 2 better answers in the back that don't require any baiting to win, I'm just gonna switch it to my Vigoroth right there. Kind of hoping they switch out, but they actually don't. They stay with Sableye. It's actually not an awesome matchup, to be honest, but it is fine. I really didn't want to stay in with Trevenant, to be honest, because I feel like it might be useful later on in the battle. Gonna throw another foul play right here, gonna shoot it up. I'm just going straight Bulldoze. If they want a double shield, that is so fine with me. Another Bulldoze coming through, they shoot it up. They're now 2 shields down, that's fine with me. Trevenant is a really good closer. I'm putting him in the lead, because it does win a lot of leads as well. I mean, it wins the ones versus basically every meta Pokemon. It beats Azumarill, beats Stunfisk, beats Medicham. It can also beat a Bastion, according to the Sims, but that's actually because the Bastion times his moves really badly. If the Bastion is proper move timing, Trevenant still loses the 1 shield. So keep that in mind. The Sims kind of do overrate it a little bit. It also beats Registeel, but that's also such a close matchup. And to bring the Registeel versus my Skuntank, I do not love this. I really don't love this, but the Flamethrower really does hurt. At this point, I'm just gonna let Skunky go, and I'm really hoping that Trevenant can kill whatever's in the back. And well, with a shield up, Trevenant is pretty damn good. I think there shouldn't be much that can kill me. They do throw a move right there, which I'm gonna shield up. Flash Cannon will do a lot of damage to the tree, because it is quite glassy. Gonna get some energy. It's an Azumarill. Azumarill is actually not amazing for Trevenant, because especially if you have like worse IVs and you time your moves badly, Azumarill can actually win the 1 shield right there, because an Ice Beam does a lot of damage. But if you have the bulk point, or just a high step perk one, you always beat Azumarill on the 1 shield, so you're fine there. I don't think I reached the bulk point, but I'm still gonna survive this Ice Beam. Basically, any high step product Trevenant should win the 1s versus Azu, but with the bulk point, it just gets so much better. Alright, anyway, Shadow Ball coming through versus Registeel, and this will kill it. GG's right there. Very nice. Alright. Oh, this is awful, actually. This is very bad for this team. One of the core breakers. Pelipper does beat Trev. And I want you to notice they got their wing attack through there. And it also beats Vigoroth. So this is not awesome that I've played. They got their wing attack through. I don't get my Shadow Claw through. And we actually get to the moves at the same pacing, but I should win CMP. But since they got their wing attack through and I didn't, I shouldn't get there. But for some reason they overfarm. I don't know, they overfarmed by 1. They should have just thrown immediately and they would have been able to kill my Trevenant right there. But now I hit another Seed Bomb, which is amazing. Since they overfarmed by 1 though, I know they're 4 away from the move right now. Oh, and they're undercharged, so now 3 away. I think I can kill this in 3 poison jabs though. I barely do and take out the Pelipper. Honestly, if they would have just thrown that second one immediately, I would have been in trouble. But I mean, I'll take this. I'll take this any day. Stunfisk comes in, not awesome, but I can Flamethrower this. This is why I'm running Skuntank and not any other Dark Poison. I think other Dark Poisons could definitely work though, you know, Drapion, Muk. Probably Drapion, Muk is not amazing, Drapion's pretty cool though. Would also work here, an Alolan Grimer would be pretty fun as well. But I like Skuntank for that Flamethrower against the Steel types. A Superior comes in, and this is not awesome, because 2 Body Slams, actually 2 Body Slams plus the counters might knock out. I'm gonna no-shield this. If it's a Leaf Storm, would be awesome, but Frenzy still hurts, but that's okay. I hope I can get to another Body Slam right there. If they farm me down, I might actually be in trouble, because a Frenzy from this thing does really hurt, and they still have a Rock Slide on the Stunfisk loaded. But I barely get there. I barely get there. Like 1 freaking HP. My Vigoroth is not even that great IV. Like it's not. Don't think it's even in the top 100. So, well, it's good, but it's not awesome. They go for the Earthquake, which makes sense. The Rock Slide wouldn't KO. That was basically their only win con, hoping I'd let that go. Alright, Scrafty Lead. This is awful. I bring in Vigoroth. Ready, Jam? Behind a Scrafty? That is very surprising. I was not expecting that, but I've seen this team before, and I know it's just hard to lose. This is, honestly, so for some reason, I always make teams weak to this team. And there's like a couple people running it. It's Scrafty, Medicham, Bastion. It's a team that makes like 0 sense, in my mind. But it works for them. It clearly works for them, because they're always high up on the leaderboard. Talk about the leaderboard, by the way. These battles were done around like 3150 rating, something like that. Well, I started at 3100 and I ended up at like 3150. So around there. So pretty good battles, pretty good opponents. And we had some pretty good battles too. Diggersby Lead is actually very, very bad. This beats both my Trevenant and my Skuntank, so not amazing, but Trevenant can get it quite low. Throws a Fire Punch right there. Oh shit. Alright, this was for my stream. Actually. I was checking out the new event blog post while doing this battle. He didn't miss anything though. It was just a Fire Punch. Talking about the new events, by the way, there's a blog post on all the November events. And unfortunately, there wasn't a Team Rocket event announced. We really need to be able to TM away frustration, because, man, I have so many Pokemon I want to TM, and looking at your comments, you have a lot of Pokemon you want to TM away frustration from as well. So hopefully that is soon, but there wasn't any notice of it in the blog post, which is kind of disappointing. There's one event though, the Festival of Lights, which I don't remember the exact wording, but it was something like shining light on darkness or whatever, which sounds like purifying Pokemon, right? Or you know, like maybe removing frustration. I'm hoping a TM away frustration event is like tied up with the Festival of Lights. That's what I'm hoping, but we really do need one. Anyway, they brought in their own Trevenant to kill my Trevenant, which was a really great move, because I died with basically a Seed Bomb. In comes a Jellicent, a Hex Jellicent, and this is actually not terrible now, because Vigoroth does quite decent against Hex Jellicent, especially if it's Bubble Beam, which is what most Hex Jellicent do run. Alright, no shooting this, likely a Bubble Beam. Actually, it is a Bubble Beam, because I went through 4 Hexes. Bulldoze did hurt. I'm gonna farm up here to a Body Slam. I'm gonna switch out now because I'm double debuffed. No reason to throw Bulldoze now because it won't do anything. Actually, a Shadow Ball, which makes sense. It does do more than a Bubble Beam. Actually, I think it almost brings me to Fire Punch range. Almost, not quite. Fire Punch doesn't do that much. Gonna get off the crunch to shield it up. No debuff, unfortunately. I'm just gonna let this go. At this point, I just want to sweep with Vigoroth. Skuntank's pretty useless because the Diggersby is just gonna come in. Fire Punch me, take me out. That's okay. I could Body Slam this right here, right now, and get rid of it. But instead, I'm just gonna farm it down. Just gonna shoot up one move. The Jellicent can't kill me. It needs like 2 Shadow Balls to knock me out, or Bubble Beam plus a Shadow Ball. So yeah. And this Bulldoze will basically put him in range where he's knocked out. I thought this would kill actually. But man, Jellicent is just too tanky. Bulldoze is such a shit move. It doesn't kill. But I get to the body slam and it's game over right there. Geez, awful lead. But with some teamwork, you can still make it work. Alright, Ninetales. This is not awesome, especially if it's Powder Snow, but it's Charm, which is, well, honestly, still not great. Any Charmer for this team is honestly not that great. Because, well, the Charm still hurt Skuntank quite a bit, but does beat him generally, but it does hurt quite a bit. I'm switching Vigoroth though, because I want to save my Trevenant, because Ninetales often paired with water. In comes a Machamp though, which is not amazing. And they no-shield that. I can actually shield this and farm the Machamp down. I don't think it's worth it though, because I will be deep into the red. The Body Slam doesn't give that much shield pressure to whatever's in the back, which honestly, it could be a Steel type. And like a Stun Fist, it wouldn't be unheard of. Anyway, gonna farm it down with Trev instead. Probably bringing in the Ninetales again if I was to guess. Actually brings in a Sableye. I'm gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. Look at this damage, everyone. They're actually gonna let it go. This is some crazy damage. Oh my god. In comes Skuntank now, and yeah, this should be game over. They're at like 7 or 8 charms right now. They need 12 for 2 Weather Balls, so there's no way they're reaching another move. I'm just gonna farm him down, and well, the Sableye is dead at this point because you farm him down. GG right there. Alright, Drifblim Lead. This is actually not too bad. With baiting, you win the 1s and the 2s. However, they end up denying my Shadow Claw there. They throw exactly at 4, and I should get my 7th Shadow Claw during their charge move, but I don't, and then you don't get to the Shadow Ball before they reach another Icy Wind. So I'm not gonna shield it. I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball, grab a shield. If they throw at 5, which is what most Drifblim do, because then that's like proper timing, you're fine. You will also reach the Shadow Ball, but if they throw at 4 and you don't get your Claw through, you're just kind of screwed. If I would get my Claw through there, or they would throw at 5, I would definitely bait with Seed Bomb though, and then try to go for another Shadow Ball to win the 1 shield or take 2 shields. That would be my regular play. Anyway, I go to Skuntank, they switch in Medicham. This is not amazing. Both my Pokemon are pretty bad against Medicham. I don't want to take another Ice Punch though. I don't want to shield, so I'm going to bring my Vigoroth because it can tank it a little better than the Skuntank. But man, this is not looking great. Look at this counter damage. It does add up. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And in comes Drifblim, and well, Drifblim is one of the hardest walls to Vigoroth, that is for sure. They also already have an Icy Wind stored up, but they're just gonna over-farm so much. Gonna go for another Body Slam right here, which would bring the Drifblim quite low, but not even in range where 1 Poison Jab would knock out. So I'm really hoping they can't build up to another Icy Wind right here. I'm hoping I can get another body Slam before I do, but they throw here. I don't think there's another Icy Wind just yet. I think they're 1 or 2 hexes away, which means I will be able to Poison Jab it down at this rate. But with a Skuntank with this low HP, I don't think there's anything I can kill, especially not a Diggersby. So this was just a very tough team comp for me, unfortunately. Even if I had killed the Drifblim with Trevenant, this would have been quite impossible, unfortunately. But close game, either way. I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower. For no reason at all. But yeah, this game is over. GG's. Alright, Swampert Lead. This is really good. You just kind of wall this. Hydros will hurt, definitely. But a Sludge Wave would also hurt. But not enough, I think. Not enough. In comes Pidgeot. This is actually a problem for this team, because Trevenant does get destroyed by it. And it also can also beat Vigoroth and Skuntank quite nicely, especially if it decides to shoot up the moves. Pidgeot basically beats every Pokemon in a 2 shield or the 1 shield, just straight Feather Dance, if it's neutral. Unless it's like a Stunfisk or Skarmory, any Steel types, any Ice types, it has problems with anything neutral, it just beats. So it's not awesome for this team, but Skuntank can burn 2 shields, as you can see here. And since I have a Seed Bomb loaded on Trevenant, I'm just gonna come in with it and throw that right there. They led with a Swampert, and they have a move Hydra ready already, which is not ideal. But it's fine. They have an Altaria though, which is nice. Well, is it nice as a flyer? It's not amazing, but it's better than Skarm. But actually, a Skarm might be better. I was kind of fearing the Skarm, because Skarm would not be amazing, but I would still be able to get to the Shadow Ball, and the counters would at least be neutral against it, where versus Altaria, the counters are resisted. Anyway, I bring in Vigoroth into the Altaria after getting off that Shadow Ball. I bring in Swampert. They need 2 Hydros to kill her, so I'm actually going to no-shield the first one. And then we're going to try to farm down. They need like 4 more Mud Shots now. And I kill him in 4 counters. So I don't need to be afraid. I don't need to be feared. I don't need to be afraid of another Hydro. So I'm just going to shoot it up, farm down, throw the Body Slam into this Altaria. This will not KO. They basically have to move, but they're going to have to throw. They cannot farm me down. So they throw their move, which is very okay with me. And then we're gonna come in with Trevenant just farming down. That's your GG right there. Alright, Azumarill Lead. This is quite awesome. I always thought, oh, this is like the first time I see Azumarill on the lead, and I thought this matchup was very, very close in the ones. But you're gonna see here, if you time your moves appropriately, you can actually make it way less close. Like I throw my first one at 7 Shadow Claws, so 1 before their 5th bubble. Now I throw them at 4, 1 before their 3rd bubble. And they end up trying to throw an alignment, and I get my Shadow Claw through. And because I threw an alignment right there and I got my Shadow Claw through, I'm actually gonna get to the 2nd Seed Bomb on CMP. Look at that, that's basically the perfect scenario. They have an Ice Beam ready right here, but it's not worth it for them. They're just gonna try to farm me down with Toxicroak. And this is not amazing for me, even though I'm shields up. Toxicroak kinda kills me, right? Toxicroak kinda kills me. So I'm gonna shield this up, but I'm gonna have to go 2 shields down if I wanna win this matchup. Actually, they're gonna have to shield this, not 2 shields down, 1 shield down, but they're gonna have to shield this if they want to win this matchup. So that's okay. But I barely get to the Mud Bomb, unfortunately. Even though their defense was dropped, they barely get there, which is unfortunate. I expect something weak to Vigoroth in the back though. There are 2 Vigoroth answers. What are the odds of a 3rd one? Well, clearly 0, because it's a Verathorn. This is not the best steel type to see though, because both... Well, my Bullet Slammer is resisted. And it's not the best steel type to see, because the Bulldoze is neutral instead of super effective versus most. Which is fine. I'm just gonna straight Body Slam right here. I need 3 Body Slams. I actually went for the Flash Cannon as well. Which makes sense, because they know they're not gonna reach 3 Power Whips. And they're just hoping that 1 Flash Cannon plus the Bullet Seeds will knock out, but as you can see, it's barely not enough. Very close match right there. If you're the Azumarill versus Trevenant, you definitely want to make sure you never throw an alignment, to be honest. Throw after like 1, throw after an uneven amount of bubbles, and you should be fine always. Shadow Skarm. Alright, regular Skarm, you can win straight Shadow Ball. Shadow, I don't think you can. I think you have to bait. But my opponent calls it like a freaking madman. He's overfarming, and get to the Shadow Ball. They're definitely gonna shield this, right? They're definitely gonna shield and keep their Skarmory alive. They let it go. I don't understand why they did this. Like, they had so much energy. So much energy, actually. But I'll take that. In comes Machamp. I barely don't get to the Seed Bomb, unfortunately. Machamp is still a big issue. Beats my Skuntank at this point, because I have like 5 counters of energy. And also beat my Vigoroth, so this is awesome. I'm actually gonna go 2 shields down right here. Throw another move. That's fine with me. Just gonna shoot it up. I think it's Azumarill on the back, so might still be fine. I'm really hoping for a deboof right here with the Crunch. But this will be quite close. They actually shoot it up, which is interesting to me, because they likely know I'm earning Sludge, right? And Crunch wouldn't do that much. But it's fine with me. Please give me the debuff. That will be really useful. Don't get the debuff, that's okay. I'm gonna switch into the Ice Beam right there. They're actually at 6 bubbles, but I wasn't expecting them to throw immediately, so switch on the 6th one instead. This is quite nice. They're gonna need another move to knock me out there. I think even a Play Rough might not knock me out from this range. It will be very, very close. Go for the body right here. This will put him in the red. At this point, if I hit another Body Slam, this is game over, because they're basically dead at that point. The Play Rough barely doesn't knock me out though, but to bring in Machamp to counter me down. Very, very smart. I Poison Jab down the Machamp though. Can we Poison Jab down the Azumarill now? It's gonna be quite close. Come on. We barely do. That's a great game right there. Alright, Trevenant Mirror Lead. Oh, I remember this game. I'm gonna try to catch a Shadow Ball on Vigoroth, and this is honestly a very stupid play. Look at what ends up happening. They throw a Seed Bomb right here because they didn't throw their Shadow Ball immediately. Throw another Seed Bomb right there. Also, they denied 2 of my counters, so it's kind of unfortunate, because I would have reached the Bulldoze right here. I'm like 1 off, but since I denied, well, now 3 of my counters, I don't get there, which is unfortunate, but okay. I'm just gonna farm it down with Skuntank now. But I have like an almost dead Trevenant in the Skuntank and no switch advantage. To bring in Stunfisk as well. Yeah, I'm not looking that great. I think in Trevenant Mirror, you really just want to switch or stay in. And if you switch out at all, if you try to catch a move at all, please just catch it in your Skuntank. But you're likely just want to stay in. I'm just going to call a Rock Slide right here. I'm going to call... It's an Earthquake. This was not a good game. And now I'm just going to hope I can finish this off with Trev. I really want to see what they have in the back though. I'm curious. I'm really curious what they have in the back. I mean, it stayed in with Trev versus my Vigoroth. Maybe it's like double steal. Could be anything though. Like Trev, Stunfisk score is basically paired with like any. Trev, Stunfisk, Vigoroth would be kind of nice, I guess. But Tough against Scrafty and Obstagoon. Well, Obstagoon already. Scrafty, yes. But I guess Trev can kind of deal with Scrafty, because Shadow Claws are at least just single resisted. They farm me down with a Trevor. I'm not even gonna see that third, so yeah, this was just terrible play by me. Well played by my opponent though. I'm curious. If you're watching this video, please let me know what the third was. I wanna know. I wanna know. I'm so curious. Alright, anyway, another Diggersby Lead. Again, I don't love this. I really don't love this. I'm gonna go for another Seed Bomb right here. This should basically like do like 30%. This doesn't do much. The second one, we'll put him in the red. Or not even actually. I just only put him in the yellow. Like, this is crazy how little this does actually. Let's switch it to Frostlass though. I'm gonna go for a Seed Bomb. Frostlass not awesome for this team, especially with such a low Trevenant. They know it's just Seed Bomb. Bringing a Skuntank. Honestly, Skuntank is not an amazing answer here. They threw exactly at 6 Powder Snows, which is good to know, because the second Avalanche also 6 Powder Snows. They need 6 more then, so we're gonna throw at 5 right before the next Avalanche. Want to make sure you get as much energy as possible, especially for the Diggersby, because I want to get to a crunch before they can get to a move. They do let it go. It's quite nice. If they would have shielded up right there, I would have shielded as well, just farm them down. But now I don't have to. Throw a crunch right here. I'm not really feeling very confident right there though. I'm not feeling very confident because they have a fighting weak Pokemon in the lead. There's no way there's a fighting weak Pokemon in the back. So my Vigoroth might not be looking too good. Maybe it's a Sableye though, and in that case I might have a little bit of play. Just gonna let this go because Fire Punch wouldn't do that much. I have one counter advantage, which is huge because it's an Alolan Ninetales coming in. And normally Ninetales needs 1 less Powder Snow for 3 Weather Balls, because it's 5-4-5 for Weather Balls and it's 5-5-5 for Body Slams. But since I have one counter advantage, I should be able to get there to the third one at the same time as their third Weather Ball. But what ends up happening here is they sneak a Powder Snow through right there, which is fine. That's supposed to work. And then they deny mine, which means we are currently even. Which is weird. I think they get one right here. Yeah. This is even stranger. It's 5-4-5. And I need 5-5-5. I had 1 advantage, so I should be able to get there at the same time, but they got that one before me because of the sneaks and the denials for some reason. Alolan Grimer Lead. This is really, really bad. I'm gonna switch into my Skuntank. This is like my soft counter. I got 2 Poison Jabs advantage versus Lickitung, which is really, really huge. Normally Lickitung outpaces you because it's 12 turns for each Body Slam, whilst it's 14 turns and 12 turns and 14 turns for the crunches. But since I got 2 Poison Jabs or 4 turns advantage, I will be able to outpace even to the third crunch, I think. But what ends up happening here is actually gonna no-shield this. I guess they know I will outpace, but I feel like they could have still tried to force a switch advantage. Actually, since I would have outpaced, probably not. Those Potion Jabs would have knocked them out before the Licks would. So I guess this makes sense. However, I'm kind of scared here because they gave up switch advantage so easily. I feel like there might be another Trevenant counter in the back. I don't know what it would be though, but maybe like a Sableye. Maybe a Skarmory, which both are manageable because I can beat them in a once, but it's like bait dependent, it's IV dependent, it's not awesome. Bringing my Vigoroth here though, because I don't want my Trev on this, that is for sure. They're gonna get off 2 crunches. I'm gonna have to shield this right there, which is fine. We're still even shields now, but have the Deoxys. It's not even weak to Trev, which is great for me. It's great for me. Man, you're gonna see though, these Psycho Boosts really, really hurt. Look at this. That's crazy. That's crazy. And brings me, like, that's the thing with Trevenant, you know. I think you've seen it all video. This thing gets kind of chipped down. You know, it beats a lot of Pokemon, but it's not the type of Pokemon that just take out half a team. It's just not bulky enough for that. And a lot of the matchups are just really, really close. Like, if the Deoxys would have shielded this, they would have likely gotten to another Psycho Boost, put me deep into the red. And that is crazy for a Ghost type versus Deoxys, right? That's crazy. That should not be that close. But it is. It is. But yeah, we still beat it. We got to the Seed Bomb right here. This doesn't knock out, I think. But I'm gonna go into my Vigoroth. I didn't realize Grimer won't seem big as Vigoroth. So I let it go right here, but that's fine. I can just farm it down now. And that's a GG right there. That was the final battle as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought about Trevenant. I'll see you in the next one.